Welcome back to Mended. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, everyone. I am Mike. I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Mike.
Is that how we introduce ourselves here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
usually.
cool.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know nothing about you. So,
Really?
no.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't know if Dave briefed you.
Nope.
I am a bartender and a waiter down in Brant Rock, Massachusetts.
Where's that at?
It's like in Marshfield.
Okay.
27 years old. Got sober in 2020, like very late 2020. I feel like, yeah, I should probably say that. Like December 13th,
Yeah,
2020.
so
like
not in the brink of
basically
COVID.
2021. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just a guy, you know. I just do like waiter stuff and just yeah.
I love that because I'm just a girl.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
it.
know. I don't, you know, I play some sports and, you know, do some hobbies. Like we went golfing today. But other than that, I mean, I think I'm just a guy. Like I'm just like a guy at a restaurant. I'm just like your local friendly neighborhood waiter.
I literally feel that.
Yeah.
Like deep.
Yeah. I don't know.
What did active addiction look like for you?
Oh, it didn't look good. Active addiction started with, you know, as most people do, like you steal the bottle from your parents. And I remember like riding my skateboard to my buddy's house. And I was like, all right, here it is. Like I stole a bottle of Crown Royal. And I was like, we're going to drink. And like right off the rip, like, you know, it was weird. Like I felt like, you know, growing up, like I don't really identify with people when they say like they had like the, you know, like the discomfort in their own skin and stuff. Like I was like social, I was good at sports, I was academically gifted. Like I had all the boxes like there.
Home life was okay?
Home life was perfect. Like mom, dad, sister that sets the standard excellence of living, in my opinion. Like she's a nurse practitioner, like never did a drug in her life. I don't think she still has. She didn't drink till she was 21. Like she's, you know, she's there.
Yeah.
And so like we were just shy like the golden retriever for like the perfect like suburb family unit.
White picket
like
fence.
yeah, literally. Like yeah, we grew up in Pembroke, so it's like a small town. It's not like we're like, you know, urban or like city or anything like that. Like it was weird, but yeah. As soon as I put, you know, booze into my system, I was like, this is it. Like I was hooked. Like I blacked out the first time I ever drank, and I did a pretty good job at blacking out every time I drank. Like the first thought when I came to from that first blackout was like, can I do this again before I have to go home? Like, do we have enough booze left, and what time is it? Because like my ride's gonna be here in like 2 hours or whatever. Like, will I be able to black out, come to, and then sober up before I go home? Because like I wanted it, you know, instantly again as fast as I could. And then yeah, it's kind of just like the way it stayed. Honestly, like I was just always like a blackout drinker.
For how long?
I think it was, I don't know, probably like 15 to 22, I think I was. Yeah, I was 22. Yeah, so like 7 years, something like that. But, you know, it was just like, yeah, it just took off fast. Like, you know, by the time I was like 18 or 19, like I was having like my coworkers, like I worked in a restaurant, so like there's no shortage of booze and drugs in restaurants, and like I would have somebody go get like a handle of Kettle One, and I would just keep it under my car seat, and like, you know, and then I found dried goods, and it was like match made in heaven. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing better in my opinion than being able to like drink till you black out, get a little even again, couple of cigarettes, and then back to
Keep it
blacking out.
going.
Like it's just unreal. Like, and I had my work schedule set up so it'd be like, what was it like? I'd work like 4 days and then take 3 days off. So it was just like as soon as that first day off hit, it was just like, all right,
Let's go.
long weekend every weekend. Let's do it. And yeah, it was bad. You know, I was like a daily drinker by the time I was like, I think 2019-ish, something like that. I don't even really remember. But yeah, daily drinker, avid dried good enthusiast. You know, and like, yeah. I don't think I've ever had a social drink in my life. Like every time I've tried to, it's always like, what's the point? Like I would order a beer at a bar when I knew that like I couldn't really drink anymore. I'd like go to a bar and I'd like order like a beer and I'd be like, if I'm gonna do it, like
Give me some shots.
yeah, literally. Like I don't know. I heard it recently. It was like, if you're gonna be a bear, like be a grizzly. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna have to do anything.
Dude,
Like
I get it.
It's just, I don't know. It just seems silly to me. And like the best part is that the end of addiction looked like me drinking Bailey's neat, because I had resigned myself. Like I did all the things that you read about in like the big book or whatever, where it's like, all right, I can't drink on weekends. I'll only drink 1 day a week. I'll only drink on my birthday. I'll only drink on holidays.
How'd that work out?
It never works. You know what I mean? Like, I can't drink wine because I black out. I can't drink hard booze because I black out. I don't like the taste of beer. So I was like, all right, Bailey's. Bailey's will be safe.
You found the solution.
I found the solution. Yeah. Like, nobody's getting rocked off Bailey's. And then, you know, before I know it, there's like just 5 empty liters just like rolling around my backseat. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. The Bailey's caught up to me. That's so
like,
weird.
What is that back there?
Yeah, what's going on? Like, I'd be, like, pulling out a Mary Lou's, and, like, I wouldn't even leave the drive-thru. I'd order, like, a small coffee and a large cup, and I would just, like, before I even, like, you know, left the Mary Lou's, I'm already putting, like, you know, a heavy pour of Bailey's in it. So I'm like, I need it now. I don't want to wait any longer.
So other than the complete dependency on it, how else did life become unmanageable?
I mean, life was just, like, yeah, I mean, I couldn't do anything without booze or drugs. Like, I couldn't go like to the grocery store or do, you know, remotely anything. Like, and it got to the point like so fast that it wasn't even a choice. Like, I was just like doing it against my will. Like, I would wake up, and before I could even process like making like a sound thought, like I'd be like reaching for like a dab pen or like a hit of weed or like, you know, a nip or whatever seltzer I left next to my bed. Like,
because you woke up feeling like shit.
Yeah, and even sometimes like I'd feel good, and I'm like, let's keep it rolling.
Send it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, when I was like a waiter, like I would make a mixed drink in a solo cup early in the morning, and I would drink that on the way to work, and then I would get nips at the store on the way to work, drink those on the way to work, and then just like, you know, whatever they had extra that somebody messed up at the bar, I was like, all right, sure. And then, you know, we'd leave work, and I'd go straight to my car because I had some nips in there, and you know, I'd drink those because I can't wait 7 minutes at the first bar we go to. Like, waiting in line to get in, like, pay the cover, like, that's long enough. Like,
it's
I
like
need
pregame all day.
Yeah, as soon as I hit the clock out, like, I want it now. And, like, yeah, like, you know, just, like, I had this feeling that, you know, just lived inside of my brain that, like, impending doom was, like, right there. Like, every morning I would wake up, and I would just feel like my world was just getting, like, inch by inch, like, smaller and smaller and smaller. And like I think I hung out with like the so-called like burnouts of our like high school class, and like even then like it got to the point where they were like, yeah, like, you know, we can't bring you places. Like, and I'm like, really? Like these guys? Like, I thought I was doing all right, you know? But like, yeah, like I don't think I've ever been to like a college party because I couldn't be trusted. Like, I was a flight risk and like a nightmare.
You're the person that everyone always had to keep an eye out.
Yeah. I'd always like, you know, cause trouble. Like, I never really got in fights, but like I would like, you know, definitely piss off the owners of establishments, like whether it was like house parties or things like that, by just doing unnecessary things. And like, you know, I had that anxiety. I had like, you know, all like the shame, the guilt, the remorse of every single morning, like waking up like, oh my God, what did I do? Can't think about that. Just like, you know, put something in me to like keep going, worry about that later. And then it would turn into another night of like, you know, it got worse. And I'm like, oh no, what should I do there? And like, yeah, like I was on like the ropes with like my family, like, you know, me and my dad didn't.
Ask,
yeah.
How did your family respond to it? Yeah,
me and my dad didn't really have like a good relationship at the time. Like, me and my mom, like, oh my God, my poor mother. Oh, my poor mother. Like, there was so many sleepless nights on her account where like, you know, she didn't even know what to do. And like my sister too, like, because she never really was around. Like, you know,
she's older.
Yeah. So she's 31, I'm 27. So she like hung out with like, you know, she took all AP classes, like, wanted to be a nurse since she was like 16. So like she was like straight and narrow, you know what I mean? Like, she wouldn't hang out with like bad kids really, and never put herself in bad situations. So like my parents were like, I don't know what to do.
Well, there had to be some balance in the family.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you had to step in where you were needed.
Exactly, yeah. Like I did all the drugs for both of us, and like she got all the college credits for both of us. I still haven't gotten any.
It's fine.
I think I've come close. I don't know. I think I have 2 from Quincy College, but
it's literally fine.
Yeah. She's got plenty of them. We're fine.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like, so, you know, I stressed her and my mom out. Like, they were going back and forth, like, trying to figure out what to do. And like, you know, like, they didn't really know too much about like AA and stuff, and like, you know, programs of any kind. Like, they just thought like therapy. And like, my big thing was like, I don't know, I didn't want to trust therapists or psychiatrists because like they couldn't tell me how good, like, you know, it felt to like smoke rocks. Like, I was like, nah, like, you're full of it. Like, you're probably just a bookworm. Like, you don't know what it feels like. And, you know, that was just
that. And they're not even allowed to like tell you what to do. They're not even like, they gotta make you figure it out. And who wants to figure anything out?
Exactly. And like, I remember the first like my mom like set me up with an appointment with this lady, and like I went there, and like, you know, instantly just like character assassinating this poor woman. She had like mad Pepsis behind her, and I'm like, you drink all that soda and you're gonna tell me to try to be healthy? Like, come on. Like, You don't look that healthy.
Anything.
Yeah, literally. Like, I was just grabbing, I was reaching at straws trying to get something on her. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I did like the Narflexone and stuff like that, like the Vivitrol or whatever. Like, like Antabuse, whatever it is.
You tried Antabuse?
I tried. I don't know if it was Antabuse exactly, but it was like a same kind of deal where like if you drank or used on it, you got wicked sick.
Yeah.
But I found out like instead of having to have like 5 drinks, I could just have like 1 or 2, and if I kept it there, I could get like rocked really fast. But yeah. I think I'm deviating away from the question, but anyways,
okay.
I mean, like, life was just, like, kind of a nightmare. Like, I couldn't, like, go to work, and if I did, like, it was always just, like, so, like, I don't know, I had that, like, cold sweat on the back of my neck, like, 24/7, and, like, I always just felt, like shady. Like, it just felt like there was this, like, feeling in my head that, like, I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing, or I wasn't doing something that I should have been doing. Like, responsibilities were not there.
Yeah.
Like, and everything was just, and everything else just fell by the wayside. Like, all I cared about was drinking. And, like, the worst part was, like, I wanted to care about stuff, but at that point, I just simply couldn't.
Yeah, you were unable to.
Like, yeah, like, it had me by the throat, and I was like, I can't stop, honestly. And I, told myself the whole time, like, I'll grow out of it, I'll stop when it gets bad. And then when it got bad, there was just no way out. And I was like, well, I don't know any better, so I'm just going to keep riding this until I figure something out.
Yeah, you know nothing else.
Yeah. Like fairy godmother thing. Like, I don't know, somebody's going to step in. Nobody stepped in.
No one comes to save you, and
no
it
one
sucks.
comes to save you.
It really does.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I mean, honestly, like, I'm grateful because, like, people did try to save me. Like, I don't know. I couldn't be saved.
You had to be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to save myself. So, like, they'd step in, they'd tell me all these things and stuff. And, like, I don't know. There's just never any willingness.
What did that look like for you, though, when you finally did gain some willingness? And when you, like, early recovery, what did it look like?
So early recovery was, like I did a little spin dry in AA, like probably 15 months before I actually like got sober.
Did you ever need like any inpatient treatment to remove yourself from the alcohol?
So there was one time where it was the first time I actually ever smoked rocks because it was just like a whim. Like my buddy was like, "Oh, my nose hurts. We're gonna cook this," and I was like, "What does that mean?" And he told me what it meant, and I was like, "Ah, it's sick. Cool, let's do it." And like that was one of the lines that I told myself I'd never cross, along with like just, even doing dried goods in general. Like that was the first line I said I'd never cross. And then, so I think, we stayed up all night, and then I went home and I couldn't sleep. So I drank like, I think like a bottle of Belvedere, took like 1 billion melatonins, slept through like the first hour and a half of my shift, woke up, my boss called me and was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to take a shower. I'll be there in like 5 minutes." And he was like, "Nah, you can't come back till you get help." Because like he knew it. Like he minored in psychology before he started owning the restaurants.
I
Like
love that.
he knew a little bit. And like he was like, "Yeah, you can't come back till you get help." And I was like, "Oh, it's damn." And so I called like my ex at the time and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to drive myself to Pembroke Hospital because I got to get help." And she's like, "That's not how anything works." And I was like, "What do I have to do?" And she's like, "Just pick me up. I'll tell you." So like I picked her up. We drove to Beth Israel in Plymouth, and I vividly remember I played the saddest Avril Lavigne songs I could, and I smoked cigarettes. It was raining, and I was just like killing off The Last of Us Sleep while I was driving there, and I was like, this is so dramatic, and I love it. And like, like I don't know, I was just a really dramatic like brat towards the end of my drinking. But like, so I sectioned myself there, and I went to McLean and Middleborough the next day, I think.
Great program.
Yeah, no, I mean, they were awesome, but I will say, like, I feel like somebody should have been there when I was, like, getting read the paperwork and stuff, because, like, I signed it on a Friday morning before Columbus Day weekend, and so those 3 days didn't count, so, like, by Monday, I was like, "Oh, sick, I'm getting out of here," and they're like, "What do you mean? You haven't even done one full day yet." I'm like, "What? I've been here since Friday morning." They're like, "Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday," and I was like, "Oh, no." So I stayed for 7, I only wanted to go for 3, but it was kind of nice because, like, I got a little bit more time.
Yeah, you needed 7 minimum.
Yeah, but by the time, like, I don't know, day 5 came around, I was like, oh, I miss my girlfriend. I miss, smoking cigarettes. I miss really nice food. Like, I want to get out of here. And so I told the recovery counselors, I was like, yo, I'm going to buy a yoga mat. I'm going to drink smoothies. I'm going to read 1 book a month.
Okay.
And they were all like, yeah, all right, dude. And I was like, you'll never see me in here again. But, like, during that stay, a commitment came in, and for the first time ever in my life, like, this dude was talking about feelings that I had for, like, a long time. but like he wasn't actively still drinking. I was like, this guy doesn't drink. Like he was like an older guy. They've been like sober for like 6 years. And I'm like, 6 years? You kidding me? And it was just one dude. And so like he came there and he like shared his experience. Like he said things, and I was like, that's a wicked good idea. And like he was talking about like, you know, he used to own like a gentleman's club, and at the end of the night, so he wouldn't have to write another drink on the inventory, he would just grab like any empty glasses he could and just like pour them all into like one shot and just like take it back before he left. And I was like, I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we've like emptied bottles and like just any little bit before I have to end the party. Like I just need that one more little bit. And yeah, it was just like, I mean, that was amazing because like I don't know if I ever would have got to AA as fast as I did if I hadn't heard that. But so like I left there and I was doing a little bit of like meetings around you know, like the Pembroke area and stuff. And like when I first showed up, like I didn't want to quit smoking weed. I didn't want to do anything. And like I want to say within like a week of being out of McLean, I was back to drinking like I was, because like I had no solution. Like I was stoked that like AA existed for like all these old people and like all like, you know, the middle-aged people that were in there. I was like, I'm so glad you guys had this. Like I'll get it eventually. But yeah,
It's there when I need it.
yeah, it's there when I need it. And then, you know, 15 months later, merry-go-round of like, you know, 30 days, I'd be fine. Or like I wouldn't drink for 30 days. I'd smoke weed and I'd get a chip, and then I'd feel guilty about getting the chip because I'm still smoking weed. So I'd go back. And I was just like, yeah, just merry-go-round. And it just got so much worse because like they say, like, I don't know, like AA ruined my drinking. Like I would get like pissed drunk and be like, damn.
You'd feel
It
guilty.
doesn't
Now
feel
you
good
feel
anymore.
guilty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, now I know I can't do this.
Now
Like,
you know there's like people out there that actually can do it, and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm choosing this at this point.
and like at this point too, like I have a whole folder with like an outpatient like write up that like show, like I have papers to prove that I cannot drink. And yeah, it was just it was a rough go. And like I was doing anything I could to like defend my right to drink. Like I was 21 years old and I was like, I can't hang them up yet. Like I just started. Like
Meanwhile, it's already been like however many years since
yeah.
you've been
I was
going
like, oh,
dead
like,
hard.
I'm a legal adult now. I can buy my own booze. I can't stop now. And like yeah, and then finally like I said, like I was just drinking Baileys by myself, you know. I basically lost like the last of my friends. They finally were like, dude, you know, told me to screw, and I had nothing left. And, you know, I remember just sitting there like at the Roadhouse in Marshfield drinking on like I think it was like a Wednesday afternoon. And I looked around at the other people in there and I was like, I don't think I want this. And then I went home and, you know, I think I smoked some weed with my dad for his birthday, and like I like vividly remember like feeling better before I smoked the weed, and then like got wicked paranoid and anxious, like, you know, if I don't stop now I'm probably never gonna. And I was like, why? And like the worst part was like I felt better before and now I feel worse, and like I did the thing that made me feel worse, and I'm like, I gotta stop doing all of it. Like it's never gonna work. And so I just went to a meeting and like
That was it for you?
yeah, I put my hand up and I was like, I'm Mike and I'm an alcoholic and I need help. And then I sobbed for like the next like 40 minutes, like quietly in a chair. But like the hand of AA came to me, you know what I mean? Like that meeting was perfect, and the people at that meeting are still like in my life today. And, you know, it was exactly what I needed. Cause like I went to meetings and I said I was an alcoholic, but I was like, yeah, I'm an alcoholic. Cause like you guys all said you were an alcoholic. Like I didn't want to be the odd one out that didn't say it.
Mm-hmm.
But like that time when I walked into that meeting, like after those 15 months of just absolute hell, like, you know, there was like desperation, there was like willingness, there was like, you know, a desire to stop, because like I didn't really have the desire before. I had like, you know, like kind of wanted to,
Yeah.
but like only if it benefited me.
Thought about it here and there.
Yeah. But like, you know, at that point it was like, you know, it was like do or die finally. So it was just like, that's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that changed everything. It was cool.
Have you faced any barriers in recovery that almost took you back out or anything like that?
Oh yeah, there was a couple rough ones. I think I was like, I don't know, probably I was like 2 years sober. And so I had gotten a dog right before I got sober. We adopted a puppy. And I'd never had a dog my whole life. Like always begged for one. Every Christmas list, like first thing was like, yo, I want a dog. My dad was like, no, I'm allergic. So finally, like we got a dog. And then I think I got sober like 4 months after we got the dog. And when he was about a year and a half old, or like maybe like a year old, he got diagnosed with like a wicked, malicious, like rare form of like puppy cancer.
Oh, man.
So like it was like one of those things where they said like, you know, we can do the operation, but it's not, there's no 100% guarantee it's going to like save him. So I think, you know, I spent like an absurd amount of money trying to save this dog, and like they did the operation. we waited, fingers crossed, and they came back and they were like, all the margins in the tumor came out clear except for one. And like now that they've like, you know, aggravated it, and like I didn't want to put them through chemo because that's just like worse. And so like it started growing back, and yeah, like
It took them.
yeah. I think it was like right before my, I don't know, 2-year anniversary or 3-year anniversary, something like that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was like September of like 2022. So he was only like 2 years old. We had to put him down, and it was the worst. And like
Rocked
I remember
you.
like sitting there, cause like he was my boy, like in recovery. Like that was like one of the biggest motivators for me was like, okay, like I'm early in recovery. Life sucks right now. I want to sit in my own like, you know, like pity party. But like there's a little dude next to me that like needs to go to the bathroom. He needs to be fed. He needs to go on walks. Like I don't have a choice. Like I can be miserable all I want, but like he'll die if I don't take care of him. So like I gotta.
You should tell her what you did with him.
Oh yeah,
you should tell her what you did with
yeah,
him.
yeah. But like I had to put my big boy pants on and like take care of him. So, you know, but yeah, I mean he was the best, and like he helped me along the way. And I think like it was just kind of like that like serendipity thing where like he came into my life at such a crucial moment, and then once he knew that like I would be like stable in recovery. Like he knew like he could kind of like he could kind of like check out, and like, you know, he wasn't afraid that like, you know, dad was going to be off the rails again. And like it sucked, and I was sitting in my apartment like alone by myself. I had just moved out like into like a new place, and I remember just sitting there, and like I relied on the phone so much. Like I was on the phone with like 3 of my closest friends from AA. I want to say like, you know, 2 hours of every day just like sitting there. And like finally like my sponsor at the time, Johnny, he was like, dude, like, you know what to do. Like, I understand, like, this sucks, and I'm not going to tell you that, like, this is, like, good and you should, you know, just be okay with this. But, like, don't tell me that you don't know what to do right now, because you do. Like, you know to go to meetings, you know to pray, you know to meditate, and you know that, like, there's nothing you can do to change it, so you got to accept it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And, like, ever since then, like, you know, every, like, big life thing that kind of happens just kind of seems like small potatoes, because it's, like...
Oh, so you're like a Dave.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know,
Unbelievable.
like my grand sponsor is real big on like the, you know, when we take the third step, like he told me one time, he was like, when you take the third step, you kind of got to have that like, oh well attitude. Like you can be a 27-year-old dude pissing and moaning and kicking and screaming against, you know, God's will and like the stream of life, but it doesn't look good. But like you can do that if you want. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't recommend it. And like that's just kind of the way it is now. Like I don't know, like things go south and I'm like, fuck, you know, whatever. Like
it must be something in the water out that way.
I don't know. I don't know what
you.
it is. Yeah, it's just like the peaceful breeze that rolls through like the
glass
cranberry
half
bugs.
full.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I don't know, like it's
can I get that? Like, can somebody teach me? What the fuck?
It's just been so much worse. Like, I don't know. Like, now my life's so good. Like, when problems come up, I'm like, oh my God, this is nothing.
You're like, could be worse.
This could be worse. Like, I could be holding my dog for his last breath here. Like, I'm not doing that. So, is it the worst? Nah, it's fine.
No, honestly, I'm like that a little bit too. And in certain areas of life, like when people, you know, cry over, like I lost my mother at 22 to an overdose. So, like, now when people, like, it sounds terrible, but if somebody's like grandparent dies, I'm like, I mean, it's supposed to happen.
100%.
It's the natural process of life. Same with parents. It was a little early, but like, you know, I get the same way now in that area. But out, like, other than that, I'm miserable. But I'm not like you guys. But I think that's a North Shore thing. Anyone from the North Shore is like us, like me.
We just got too much like cranberry bog and like eagles in us. Just like peaceful, easy feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, what Dave was alluding to was one time, I think it was like right after we had put him down. We have a mutual friend who's usually down for whatever, and like we were sitting there, and I think we were recording an episode of like their former podcast, and we just decided it'd be a good idea. Like we were like, how should we like tribute him? So like we put I like had a bunch of his ashes with me. He was like a big dog. He was like a Bernedoodle, so I had like a 3-pound bag of ashes. I was like putting them everywhere, and so like we put a little bit of his ashes in. I poured some in his beer, and then I put some in my soda water, I think. It was like a mocktail. It was like a soda water with like mango juice or whatever, and we just like cheers and took him back. Yeah, a final farewell. And like since then, everything's been pretty cool. You know, like I don't know. It's weird. Like
Dude, don't set me up like that.
Yeah, no. It
don't
was,
make me gag on a podcast.
No, it was honestly like so. It wasn't that bad. It was
inspirational. It was just definitely like.
Yeah.
Go ahead, try to explain it the way that you're gonna.
Yeah. So like I don't know. Like I think that needed to happen, cause like I don't know why he did it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think it's like
Because he's a
like,
bro.
He was like my dog, but yeah, he was more down. He was like really going for that. He's like, yeah, we should do it. And I was like, all right, yeah.
He wanted to do it to be able to say that he did it.
Yeah. And like, but I don't know. There was something crunchy at one point. I think it was.
Oh
I think
my
yeah.
God,
I think it was like a
please
tooth.
stop.
I think it was like a tooth
I
or
can't.
something.
Tell him how I am, please.
I got like a piece of tooth, but
Oh.
yeah, he's my boy, and you know he's in there forever.
Yeah, no,
It wasn't
definitely
good.
didn't digest, I don't think.
It all settled.
Yeah.
It all settled at the bottom. It was bad. It was like if you like made an iced tea packet, you just didn't stir it.
It was all set
So
at
that
the
last
bottom.
sip was all Apollo. Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad. But yeah, no.
We gotta switch the topic because, R.I.P.
Yeah, thank
What
you.
was
I
his name?
appreciate that. Apollo.
Apollo.
Yeah, he was cool.
You didn't have to drink him.
We definitely did. I feel like I've done it more than once though. I don't know why. I feel like there was a second time we did it, and the second time was definitely unnecessary.
Did you enjoy it that much the first time?
I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, I don't know.
It was
He's
just a
cool.
thing.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just like a thing to do.
Yeah, if there wasn't like health concerns, I probably would have just like snorted him just for like funsies, like
Somebody
good old
probably
days.
should have taken the ashes from you.
Oh, I still have them.
You should probably not snort them or drink them anymore.
No, I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
I had them.
You're
in
in
a
recovery
locket,
from
yeah.
that too?
I put them in a locket, so like now they're just safe. They just usually get worn around my neck. I keep breaking the chain for it.
Dude, that happens to me all the time. I literally
Yeah.
put like a little bit of my mother in one, and
Yeah.
it like fell, and she was all over the floor.
Yeah, yeah. Like I got one like
Those things are like a gimmick.
got one made. They like sealed it so like the charm itself won't break, but the chain keeps snapping. I got
Yeah.
the clasp replaced. Went to work the next day, caught it on a cooler, and it just broke off. And I was
Yeah,
like,
they give
maybe
ghetto.
he doesn't want to come hang out anymore.
No,
Maybe he
probably
likes
not.
being at the house.
Yeah, dude, you know they like to just chill.
Yeah, he likes hanging.
You
at the
do too
house.
much.
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, those things suck. I can't.
Yeah, he was cool. He was cool.
So what else? What do you have to say to people today that are trying to get sober?
I don't know, like I don't know. I feel bad sometimes because like the way I look at it is like when you see this side of life, right? It's so hard to picture the delusion that you existed in beforehand. Like the delusion of the alcoholic and the addict is like so prevalent. Like when I was out there and like doing my thing, like I was convinced of so many things that were like factual. But like once I got sober, like it's just not true. Like, oh, I can't get sober. I'll never have fun sober. You know, this is too hard and like all those things. Like it is hard, but like it is so worth it. Like I don't know. It's just, and honestly, like you can either like do it or die. Like that's just like the problem. And like I don't know. It's just hard to see like people that like, you know, like they're struggling and stuff, and like I don't know. You just gotta. It's just worth it. And like, but the problem is like for me, like saying that to somebody, like I had so many people convince me that it was worth it, and I never believed any of them until I saw it for myself. And I don't know. That's why I think like willingness is like the craziest thing, because like it's like it. There's no like secret formula. Like if you go to like one meeting, you'll probably hear the whole recipe. Like it's like go to meetings, get a sponsor, don't drink, ask for help, and like, you know, engage in the 12 steps. At least for like AA. And like I don't know, like I never realized how badly I needed or wanted a design for a living until I finally received one.
It's the acceptance piece too.
Yeah.
Like you have to be willing to accept the fact that you can't drink.
100%.
Like other people, like you
Yeah.
said, like your friends or
Yeah.
at a wedding or whatever, you can't
Yeah.
drink. Like you go too far, you know what I mean? You just can't. You're not a person who can drink alcohol or use substances and stay manageable. You can't.
Yeah.
So like accepting that,
100%.
that comes to willingness.
Yeah. And like I don't know, like for me, like the reason why I never accepted it was because like I never thought, like I guess like the fear of living life without like drugs or alcohol
Yeah.
was, you know, worse than like the unknown of like what it could be. And then finally like the pain of like continuing to use against my will became like paramount to the fear of the unknown. So I was like, all right, like my theory like going into AA was like, if it gets 1% better, I'm hooked. Because like 1% could do a lot in my life right now. You know, 1% could help me like, you know, like hug my mom and like not feel guilty. Or like 1% could help like somebody in my family get a good night's sleep because I'm at home safe. You know what I mean? And like, and it's just gotten so much better. And like there is so much fun to be had like being sober. Like I
preach
never
that.
thought I'd do things that I've done sober, and like it is the funnest thing I could ever imagine. And like the best part is like you can go anywhere. Like they always say, like I'm a free man. Like I can go anywhere free men can go. I just can't drink or drug. And like that's totally fine with me.
And you can still find your thrills.
The trade-off is sick.
And like I was at a water park last week for my daughter's birthday, and like my brother was there, and he struggles with substance use or whatever, and he went down like the one that you stand in the tube and you're like standing up on the floor.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I needed that like 6-7 times before I was like, okay, I've had enough of that rush.
Yeah.
But like there's so many things that you can do and have fun, like you said. It's not not just like it's not a prison to be sober. It's not.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
Like the prison is active addiction.
Right.
I couldn't go anywhere or do anything because it was like, all right, I drink and I drug and then I do whatever else comes along. Like, or I couldn't go to events because I'd be like, oh, well, I got to make sure that I have my weed with me, or I got to make sure that there's like a bar somewhere. I have nips sealed on me. Like
that, and you don't know who you are either without it. You don't know who you are without like being under the influence, having a drink in your hand, having your weed with you. You have no idea what your identity is or how you're going to socialize with other people or exist
100%.
in a room.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm like an authentic version of myself today, and like, I don't know. And I guess I never really knew what I like to do because like it just kind of took over so fast at a young age. But like, yeah, like life is so fun today. Like my first year of recovery, I went to 2 weddings. I was in both the weddings. My sister got married, my cousin got married, and like, music festival shows, climbed a mountain in Colorado, like, and the feeling of like being up there, like man versus nature, like that literary conflict, like the theme or whatever. It was like, holy shit, like the world doesn't want me to be up here. So like this is crazy. And like I don't know, just like little thrills. Like I got like serenity in my life today, and like I don't know, I never thought I would have that. Like I'll just be sitting there like hanging out on the couch with my girlfriend, and like both of our cats are like asleep up in the nest, and like their water fountain's just like trickling, and it's like spring and there's a breeze coming through.
You're like, this is it.
And I'm like, this is it. Like if life gets any better, like somebody's got to pinch me. Like this is crazy. And I don't know, that's just like, that's what I try to think on, is like you don't know how good your life's gonna get until you do the work.
Or the things you'll get if you
100%.
just stay sober.
Yeah. And like I don't know, like material, like obviously like material things aside, like we all like having nice things, but like just that feeling of like knowing like, okay, like I didn't actively try to harm anybody today, and if I did harm people, I am able to make the necessary course of action to like make sure that like like they know that my actions are wrong, and like they'll be amended so I don't continue to do that.
Yeah. And not even necessarily like the things that you gain materialistically. It's like whether you're climbing up the chain at work, or building better relationships with your family, being able to be at your sister's wedding sober and enjoying it, and not being the shit show of a mess that you used to be.
Yeah. Like I went to a bar with my sister one time. We went out with a bunch of her friends at like a bar near Fenway. She told me, don't take shots and don't go away. And I like dipped and wandered within like the first 10 minutes. I bought so many shots, and I was kicked out of the bar within like probably, I want to say, like under an hour. Like bouncer would not let me back in because I kept handing him my debit card instead of my license. Like blacked out within like 20 minutes. And like I went out to visit her in Colorado when I was like 2 years sober, and she was like, yeah, you can just go explore Denver. And I was like, what?
She trusted you.
I was like, you don't think I'm going to go smoke foil with the locals? Like, are you kidding me? Like, there's a lot out here. We could do it. And yeah. And like, like just recently, like, so she had her and her husband had a child last June, and I got promoted from uncle to godfather. And like I was so emotional because I was like, are you kidding me? Like I remember her standing in the doorway like screaming, pleading for me to not go back out into my car because I was wasted, and like she thought I was gonna die. And like now, like her and her husband sat down and had a conversation that like I would be the godfather. Like what?
How insane is that?
That shit doesn't happen unless you get sober. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, that's beautiful. Like, I love this little man. And, like, they want me to be a role model. Like, I wasn't a role model to anybody. And, like, now, like, I don't know. It's just crazy the way it, like, comes full circle. Like, it's just so weird. Like, I don't know. The gifts that AA has given me is just, like, I don't know. They're crazy. I don't even know what to say about it.
No,
It's
they
like,
leave
it's
you
like, what are you gonna
speechless.
say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, just do it and find out. Like, I could tell you a bajillion things. I give you a laundry list of all the things you'll get, but, like, just do it and find out. It'll be sick. A is so cool. Like, it's saving lives. Like, it can save your life. Like, come on. Just do it. Just
get
do
here.
it. Like, just do it.
Just get
Just
here.
go to a meeting, and if you don't like it, go to another meeting. And like, if all the meetings suck, like, just keep going to meetings until they don't suck. Cause like it'll get good, and you'll make friends, and like I don't know.
You
like,
found that meeting suck sometimes.
I don't know. Like I feel like sometimes like it used to, but like I don't know.
It's
like,
okay to say they do, because that's like literally all everyone says is that
yeah,
meeting
like
sucks. This meeting
yeah, like
sucks.
sometimes meetings suck, but like I don't know. Like when I think a meeting sucks, like you know, like you said, the acceptance thing, like the acceptance prayer was drilled into my head really early on. We read it at like the first like home group that I was a part of every single meeting, and like it says like acceptance is the answer to all my problems. It doesn't say some of my problems, it says all of my problems. So if I find the meeting sucks, like when I am disturbed, you know, it's not the world that needs to change, it's me and my attitudes, and that's just always how it is. So like when I'm like, oh, the meeting sucks, I'm like, oh, maybe it's always me. You know what I mean? Like all of my problems are of my own making, whether it's like because of my actions, my words, or
You're
better
thinking.
yet, my expectations. And like I don't know, like it's usually me. Sometimes meetings aren't, you know, my favorite, but like they work really well and they make me feel really good every time I leave them, and they afford me a life with opportunities and like, you know, good things like peace and serenity and like friendships and relationships and like a good night's sleep. So I just go to them, like even if they suck. Like I used to sit there and be like, like I'm so mad that I wish I wasn't an alcoholic, like when I was active, and now like I'm so grateful I'm an alcoholic 'cause like I have a solution. Like if I had cancer, I'd be pretty pissed that there was no like, you know, book club that I could go to kind of like, you know, read and act my way out of cancer. You know what I mean?
One of our coworkers here always talks about that. I'll name drop him because he wouldn't mind. Randy always talks about how his wife struggled and went through breast cancer at one point, and
Yeah.
she always says to him, like, if there was a meeting that I could go to once a week, twice a week, whatever, to, you know, confirm and promise me that I'll never get cancer again, like I would go.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm at risk for the rest of my life of the cancer coming back
Yeah.
without, you know, any type of treatment. I just have to wait. I have to hope and pray. There's meetings, and it's like the solution,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are so lucky to have it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're a huge solution sponsorship family. That's all my grand sponsor preaches. He's a very jazzed up for AA kind of guy, and he's like, you know, there's a solution. Like there's a whole chapter about there's a solution. Like, you know, once you live in the solution, like it's really hard to go back out to the mess, like as long as you stay living in the solution. And so like I don't know, like yeah, sometimes I'm sitting on the porch and like the sun's setting and it's beautiful out, and I'm like, oh damn, I would love to skip my meeting, but like how many times am I gonna be like, oh, it's okay to skip that meeting, until it's like, oh, it's okay to have, you know, one drink.
I drank in that same sun.
Yeah. Yep. And like it was weird because like I don't know if this is probably gonna be off topic, but I feel like this is a story that like some of the viewers could identify with. I went out to a bar like recently because me and my girlfriend were gonna have date night. We were gonna go play trivia at like a bar. Like she's a normal person that drinks, like doesn't even finish drinks.
You're allowed to go to bars in recovery.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
yeah.
Once you're there and comfortable with
100%.
it.
Yeah. Like, and I only go if I have a good reason. Like, also I work around. Like I'm a bartender,
it's
so
different.
it's not like really my forte. Like, you know, to consume while I'm out, like drinking, like whatever. But so yeah, we sit down and she's like, oh, you know, she was gonna get a $5 margarita. And basically, long story short, was like, since it was date night, I was like looking at the mocktails, and I like to get like a fun little mocktail when we're out. You know, I love fruit purees and like soda water and stuff, and when they put weird like leaves in it. So I was like, oh yeah, fun
Which
date
some
night.
people are super against that. Just for the record, some people are super against that. I go on vacation once a year with like only sober people, and they got a lot of backlash for like our first ever like post on social media where we like you could see the mocktails in the picture. I mean, people obviously assumed that didn't assume that they were mocktails, but then even when it was established that they were mocktails, they were like, that's not something you do in recovery. So I like to hear people able to, you know,
I love them.
indulge in a fucking mocktail.
Yeah, it's just soda water and
as long as you
pineapple
make sure
juice. It's supposed to be, because I got something that was actual like booze. Like I took a haul off it, and it was like I was like, whoa, like I thought they gave me
That
my
happens.
girlfriend's drink.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was not.
Yeah.
So I don't know who like rung it in wrong or if the bartender made it wrong, whatever. Like all I wanted was that away from me as fast as possible
I
and
will
like a
say,
replacement.
usually people are really, really cautious and
Yeah.
understanding around it when you order a mocktail, and then, you know, making sure they know, like, no alcohol.
100%.
Like, absolutely no
Yeah.
alcohol. If you voice that, it's usually
Yeah.
because I don't drink either, and I order a mocktail, and I'm very adamant about
Yeah.
it. And it usually is really, you know, socially accepted, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
are really good around it. But I wanted to touch on that for the viewers.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I love mocktails. That was like one of the first times that has ever happened to me. And, you know, like 4.5 years into recovery, like working a program, have a network, like actively going through the steps again, like, you know, like talking to people on a daily basis, on my knees in the morning, on my knees at night, like within 5 minutes of having taken that sip and sending it back, physical compulsion like that. You know what I mean? Like, so no matter how far away you are removed, like this is biologically in us now. So like literally like in my brain it was like, oh, it'd be sick if that thing came back and I could accidentally take another sip. And I was like, down boy, like we don't need to do that. Like, and I like, you know, went outside and like called a couple people, texted a couple people, and then I called Dave on the way home from it, and I was like, this is like ridiculous. Like, because that's not something that I want to deal with. And like, yeah, like, you know, you can make the argument like, oh, if you don't want to deal with that, like don't order mocktails, whatever. But like, I've
That's
had it
not
happen to me
fair,
with the soda water before.
Yeah, that's literally
you know
not
what I
fair.
mean? Like
Yeah.
people are just negligent. And I don't know. I don't even know if that's a word.
Negligent, yeah.
Negligent. Yeah. But like, I don't know. And like, I just thought it was amazing, like how quick that like physical compulsion like reared back up.
The
Cause like,
disease is
100%. And like the crazy thing is like the disease model is not just like mumbo jumbo anymore. It's not like, you know, 100 guys that just came out with this theory. Like this
no.
It's medical.
It's definitely not like that stigmatized anymore, where people fight every day between is it a disease or a choice.
Yeah.
Like that has died down
100%.
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
And like, I don't know, like as a bartender, like at least for me, like you have a responsibility to like the state and the patrons in it to responsibly serve. And like, I don't know, like putting booze in a mocktail, whether, I don't know, it could have been rung in wrong.
Don't even get me started on it, because I will literally be here all night.
Yeah.
Because
I
think
was livid.
it's wrong.
I was
I see
livid.
people share that on TikTok a lot too.
Yeah.
Like, situations like that happen to them.
Because like, you know, God forbid, like somebody, like it worked out all right for me because like I, you know, did the right thing.
You
like,
had a
it's about
program in place,
intent
yeah.
and effect. You know what I mean? Like I did not intend to take the drink. Therefore, like if I felt any effect, it was not intentional, and I did the necessary actions to make sure that I didn't take another drink.
And you didn't have to change your clean date or
Yeah,
anything like that. You didn't
100%.
have to deal. Like there was no shame and guilt associated.
Exactly.
Right.
No, I have no problem admitting it because it was just like that
Yeah.
wasn't my intent. It happened, and I dealt with it in the proper manner. But like somebody that like, you know, might have been at a low point, like say that happened right after my dog died, might have been like, oh well, it's meant to be, or like, oh, I'll just have this one, and like, yeah,
And one's
that's
never
just,
enough.
yeah, that's just not cool. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah,
No, so bartenders definitely be mindful.
yeah, be very mindful. Like don't
Don't fuck it up.
fuck it up. Yeah, if you have to second guess if like that's a booze or, you know, a not booze, like just dump both of them. Make them both again. Like playing it safe. Like when I make like virgin pina coladas or whatever, like if I don't know that blender's clean and like say I think it might be a virgin that was made in it before, like I'm going to throw it through dish again just so we have a clean
Right.
slate. Like
Right.
no harm, no foul.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like if somebody that wants a real pina colada accidentally got the virgin, we'll fix that too.
Right.
Don't worry. Like that's best
Way
case
less
scenario.
harmful. That's way less
100%.
harmful. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
No, but sharing something like that it's important for people, because things like that happen to them and they're stuck with it. They're
Yeah.
like, dude, my entire recovery just went down the drain because I made a shitty decision to order a mocktail knowing that that's a possibility.
Yeah.
And then it eats at them.
Yeah, and like I don't know, like I was pretty like I point at the mocktail that I want, like under like the very bold non-alcoholic
No,
section.
I
like,
say it to
don't
them
know,
like six,
yeah.
especially on vacation when there's like
Yeah.
language barriers. I'm like, I'll learn it in that language and be like,
Yeah.
no alcohol.
Yeah, 100%. And like now I have another system in place where like I have like a tester, so like my girlfriend drinks, so like if I'm ever like on the fence or if I do ever get a mocktail, like I give her, she tastes, she
Yeah.
doesn't like soda water, but she'll know if there's alcohol in it.
Yeah.
And when she says it's fine, then I will consume.
Yeah.
Cause like I don't know, I don't want that to happen.
Oh, you
again.
learn from you learn
Yeah.
from it.
I don't like the physical compulsion. I hate the feeling like the weird like hairs sticking up in the
Yeah,
back
you're
of your neck.
waking it up and you're
Yeah,
like, no.
yeah. No, stay.
Right.
Stay. Like I've arrested this disease like one day at a time. Like I don't want you to come back.
Lay
Like,
the fuck back
everybody's
down.
everybody's having fun right now.
Right.
Don't ruin this.
Oh my god, he's so much like you, Dave. I can't. They sound alike sometimes.
Dave's cool.
Anyway,
I
what
like
else
Dave.
do we got?
45 minutes in if you want to wrap it up.
Okay. Did I forget to touch on anything? I feel like I just floated. I didn't even look at my phone.
Yeah. Hold on. Am I? Yeah. Talk about what you're doing right now.
Like what? What am I doing right now?
Wait,
You're probably in Revere.
No. What you've been up to? Who you've been meeting? What you've been doing?
Oh yeah. Other things that like I never thought I'd be able to do in my life. I've been doing like extra work in movies. So
Shut
I've been
up.
on like movie sets.
Shut up.
Yeah, I don't know. Like fucking at this rate, I could maybe be an astronaut by the time I'm 30. Like this shit's crazy. Like,
We
bucket
need a new
list things are
president, I
yeah,
heard.
bucket lists are just getting checked off, and like I don't know. It was just cool, and it was one of those things that like, I want to do this, want to do it. You know those things that you always say, oh, I'm gonna do it eventually, but you never do. And like I don't know, enough time came around, and I've been sober long enough that I was just like, why not? You know, whatever.
You're setting out to do things and you're doing them.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I never had goals or like aspirations when I was drinking, and like now, like I don't know. There's a couple knocked off the list. So yeah, I was in like one movie down in like P-Town. I don't really do much. I just like walk around in the background, but it's still cool to just be on a
Whatever.
movie set. And, like,
I was literally just explaining to my son what an extra was in a movie last night.
Yeah.
And
It's
he's like, we
sick.
could do that. And I'm like, yeah, you could do
100%.
that.
Yeah. Just go to Boston Casting. I'll plug them. I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't think they like me that much. Really, I was blacklisted from hand tattoos, but.
Ugh.
But yeah,
obviously
the
I
poor
can't go
makeup
anywhere.
lady. Yeah, the poor makeup lady. She saw me again in the second movie, and I was like, "Can I please keep this? She's gonna kill me." They're like, "Yeah, it's fine." But yeah, M. Night Shyamalan touched my shoulder.
Nah.
It was sick.
Shut up.
It was cool. He laughed at me endearingly and gave me like a fatherly pat on the shoulder.
Who's next?
I don't know.
Who are we going for?
I don't know. I feel like he was really nice. He was cool. It was like 98 degrees out in Rhode Island, and he was like rocking like a nice like baby bluish suit, like a 3-piece suit with Converses.
Ugh,
And I was
love
like, that's so cool.
I love that.
He's so cool. He was just smiling the whole time. He's letting people like take pictures with him. Like
I
some
feel like there's
directors
not a
are
lot
like
of
weird.
celebrities like that.
Yes,
They suck.
Yeah, like Jake Gyllenhaal was in the movie and he was kind of like, meh.
Yeah, I feel like they're like that.
I don't know if I should be on camera. Like, I don't know. I hope I never get famous and have to be in the same room as Jake Gyllenhaal. He'll be pissed about this.
You guys would laugh about it. Hopefully.
I hope so. Yeah.
Because once you're famous, then they treat you different.
Yeah. Or if
So
he
it's
has a
like-
resentment, like I'll tell him to like turn to God.
Bring him to a meeting. Yeah.
Turn to God, dude. I don't know.
Literally bring him to a meeting.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
But yeah, that's.
So you're doing shit now.
Is that what you're talking about, Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, just been doing that. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I like to keep my life simple. Like, I have 2 beautiful cats. I have a beautiful girlfriend who's, like, the love of my life and, like, somebody that I want to, work on myself to be a better partner for and, like, spend the rest of my life with. Like, everything is just, like, totally fine. And, like,
Everything's fine.
if that's what I can say about my life, like, it's so cool. Because, like, it wasn't fine for a long time. But, like, now, like, everything's pretty good. And, like, I have not many qualms with, like, my day-to-day life. So, like, I don't know. This thing works. And, like, I can actually sit there and be like, I'm cool with, like, having what I have. Like, I don't know, my sponsor likes to tell me, like, like, the concept of, like, daily bread. Like, when we say the Our Father, like, we're just asking for our daily bread, right? Like, we're not asking for, like, I'm not like, oh, give me my daily bread and, like, a little bit of Dave's bread or, like, a little bit of Lauren's bread and, like, can I have something else with my bread, please? Like, it's just, like, whatever you give me today, like, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll accept it and be grateful for it.
100%. And, like, I don't know why I never thought about that until he, like, broke it down for me. I was like, that's cool. So now every time I hear the Our Father, I'm like,
Well, people
daily
think
bread.
you only have to pray when you want something.
Yeah.
It's not the case. Like, it's not a crystal ball. It's not like
No.
you're supposed to just be grateful, and then as you're grateful and as you pray, like, good things happen.
Yeah. I find it works worse when I think of it like a crystal ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm like, like.
I really need to
Yeah.
hit on a scratch ticket. Like, no.
Yeah. The 12 and 12 lays it out. They're like, anybody can really tell, like, the difference between a want and a need.
Yep, for sure.
And I like to confuse those still sometimes. That's
Yeah.
why we have a lovely 10th step, and that's why we have, all of the other ones.
And your sponsor to call you on your shit.
100%. I love having a sponsor that calls me on my shit. It's so fun. I'd be like, oh my God, my life sucks. And he's like, really, dude? Like,
Grow up.
It's kind of cool. He's like, were you turning green on the ab with, like, blood infections? Because, like, I was. Like, are you turning green right now? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, it's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Literally.
I'm not turning green.
It's the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, your color looks great. Coloring's fine. Everything's
we-
fine.
we-
And I think I'm going to end it with that.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Mike.
This was fun.
Thanks for coming.
Hell yeah.
Tune in next week.
Tune in.